Let's talk about the top 5 benefits of buying lightsabers and lightsaber related items on eBay. First of all, full disclosure, I have sold, am selling, and will sell lightsaber related items on eBay, so you could buy something from me knowingly or unknowingly, probably unknowingly at this point. But anyway, just throwing that out there. Let's get into the reasons, though, why it can be good. And it's not always the best, you guys. I'll get into that too. So, first reason is generally the shipping on eBay is faster. This is seller dependent, but eBay is structured to strongly encourage sellers to ship items quickly. So a lot of things are going to get shipped within a day or two, and they'll give you an estimated time frame for the shipping right in the listing, and you can check the seller's feedback to see how quickly they ship too. So that's a very good reason because, the turnaround for some lightsaber companies can be pretty slow. So if somebody's selling one on eBay, you could possibly get it quite a bit faster in some cases. Reason 2 is unique items, unique or hard to find items. So eBay has a variety of custom items. Somebody might have taken like an Ultra Sabers hilt and they've customized it somehow and then they put it on eBay. Or they may just make kind of their own homemade lightsaber, their own homemade blade plugs, stuff like that. eBay is great for finding these kind of strange things like that. It's also good for out of production things. So you could find, like, say, an out of production Nano Biscotti version. If you prefer one of the previous versions or need it for some reason, you could go for that. Those will pop up occasionally. Or like the Force FX Darth Maul coupler. Some people seem to need that a lot. Those will turn up on eBay. And that's stuff you really can't find that many other places because the company in the case of this coupler, it was made by Master Replicas. That company no longer exists, so it's a little harder to find. And same thing, you could find some older lightsabers that are just, they're not manufactured anymore. eBay can be good for that. Third reason is there's easy and secure checkout. So nice thing about buying on eBay is whatever you say about them, they have a very fast and easy checkout system, and using PayPal, or even if you don't have a PayPal account, it's more secure because you don't have to put like your credit card information in like directly for the seller, so they don't have that on file anywhere. Which also, by the way, I like as a seller. I like that, different things I've sold, I don't need to mess with keeping track of credit card numbers or anything like that. It's, I have peace of mind. I don't have to worry about that kind of data breach. PayPal or, whoever deals with those has to deal with that, but the seller doesn't, so you don't have to worry about your information being compromised that way. And it's also probably just more convenient too. It's much more likely that you already have an existing account with eBay than it is that you'd have an account with all of these individual saber companies. So that can be a benefit. The next reason is the buyer protection. So the buyer protection on eBay is excellent. So almost everything is in favor of the buyer. If you have any sort of problem, eBay is going to side with you, as long as you're being relatively reasonable. So whether it's the condition of the item or you haven't received it, anything like that, eBay is very, very favorable to buyers. So that will also give you some peace of mind versus if you purchase something from another company. If there's some weird problem, it might be a little harder to work out. And that's another reason to use PayPal too, is PayPal also has a lot of great protections for buyers. So, yep, that's another reason. And let's see, last reason last reason I have right now for buying on eBay is you can find good deals. So you can find some sabers for cheaper than they would cost from the company. You do have to be careful with this because a lot of these will be used, and so you want to make sure the condition's still good, and there's a little more element to chance there. But you could save some money, and in addition to that lead time, where like somebody could be selling a Vader's Vault saber, and it could be $100 or more cheaper than if you bought it from Vader's Vault. And in addition, you'd get it much quicker because Vader's Vault, on their website, they quote a shipping speed of 3 to 4 weeks, whereas on eBay, a lot of the shipping will be within a few days. So you can find good deals, particularly on auction items, which eBay's kind of shifted over the years. So auction used to be it used to fill a much more important function on eBay than it does now. There's really not as many auctions as before, and sometimes you can just kind of swoop in at the last second and somebody set the bidding, a little bit lower than they were expecting. You could save a few extra bucks that way, because there's plenty of people that'll just go on eBay and they'll click the little tab that will only show them buy it now items. And so there's a lot of people that honestly won't even look at auction items, you guys. So occasionally you can swoop in and get a pretty decent price on something there. So those are the top 5 reasons to shop on eBay, but there are definitely plenty of reasons to shop from the original manufacturer too. And there's really, like when you're going for secondhand stuff, whether it's Saberforge or Ultra Sabers, Vader's Vault, whatever, there's not typically a huge selection of that on eBay. There's maybe a few of them here and there, and some of the companies, there's more of the sabers available than others, but so you are going to have that inventory problem. There might not be the exact saber that you want on there when you want it. So that would be one of the downsides. Another downside is you're not supporting that manufacturer directly. So, especially when there's a company I really like Custom Saber Shop, I think is a really great company. They ship quickly. They have great reputation. They've done a lot for the saber community. So if you want to support them, that's probably, you probably want to just buy directly through them. So that's something to consider too. But anyway, those are the benefits of buying on eBay. But again, that's not to say don't buy from the sites directly. Just make sure they have a good checkout system that you're comfortable with, and make sure you know what the shipping speed's going to be, or it is what you expect, and just, a few different things like that. Kind of essentially do your homework. Well, whoever you're buying from, that's just generally sound buying advice from whoever you're buying from, whatever you're buying, do your homework. But anyway, this ended up being a little longer than expected, but those are the reasons to check out eBay.